Tonight, the US military has begun training Ukrainian troops on an advanced multiple rocket system. A senior defense official confirming it's taking place at an undisclosed location outside the country. It comes as fighting rages in eastern Ukraine. President Zelensky saying the Russians now control 1/5 of the country. But the indiscriminate bombing by Russia hasn't stopped. In Kharkiv, yet another school being used as a shelter was shelled, killing one woman.
Shots ring out as mourners bury Palestinian Bilal Kabaha. The flags of Palestinian factions, including Fatah and Hamas, wave in a moment of unity. Bilal was killed by the Israeli army late in a raid on Wednesday as it demolished the home of Dia Hamarsheh and 11 members of his family. Dia Hamarsheh was accused of killing 5 Israelis in Tel Aviv in March before being killed by Israeli police. Ambulance medic Iz Batawi says the raid was more intense than any he's previously experienced.
The Israeli army raided the town around 9 p.m. It was barbaric. The first minutes of the raid, we dealt with injuries to 3 individuals. Gunshot wounds to the stomach, the jaw, and the neck. Their survivors are in critical condition and are still being treated.
China is criticizing a new trade initiative between the United States and Taiwan. The U.S. has stepped up engagement with the democratically governed island, but Beijing is not happy about it. Now, new trade talks are bringing the issue to center stage once again.
China is angry, and at a news briefing on Thursday, the Chinese foreign minister did not mince words. The insistence of the United States on playing the Taiwan card will only bring Sino-U.S. relations to a dangerous place. The United States should abide by the One China principle and the provisions of the 3 Sino-U.S. joint communiques.
The ceasefire between Houthi rebels and Yemen's internationally recognized government was first agreed in April. It'll now last for another 2 months. Yemenis have greeted the news with relief and hope. The war in Yemen started in 2014 when Iran-backed Houthi rebels took control of the capital Sana'a, forcing the internationally recognized government to flee. The Saudi coalition joined the war the following year to try to restore the government to power. More than 150,000 people have been killed during 8 years of fighting. US President Joe Biden and the UN have welcomed the move to extend the truce.
Vietnam has developed an African swine fever vaccine for pigs in partnership with the United States and is aiming to become the first global commercial exporter. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Phuong Doc Tien on Wednesday described the production and commercial registration of the vaccine a historic event. Tien said from 2020, Vietnamese researchers worked with American scientists on the jab. Pork prices rose dramatically as a result of the announcement, devastating global food chains. The virus, harmless to humans, decimated hog populations in Asia after it was detected in Vietnam in 2019.
Turkey has officially changed its name to Turkiye. The UN has agreed to recognize the change after a request from Turkey's government. According to the Turkish foreign minister, the move brings an end to the process of increasing the brand value of the country. The process was started by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The move comes as Turkey, for the past few years, has sought to change the branding on its products from made in Turkey to made in Turkey.
South Africa's police minister on Friday decried a brutal surge in murders and other violent crime in a nation that was already among the world's most dangerous. The police minister, Becky Cele, revealed that the first 3 months of this year were violent, brutal and unsafe for many South Africans. Between January and March, over 6,000 people were killed, a 22.2% increase from the same period last year. The killings took an especially alarming toll among children, leaving 306 dead, a 37.2% increase. Report sexual offenses rose by 13.7%, with over 10,818 people raped. Kidnapping showed the sharpest increase, with over 3,306 cases reported, more than double the number from a year ago.